Hey, what's up, everybody? It is a hawkless fat man in hawk for the time being, but we got the Cheeto Boy over here. He promises us a Sam Darnold film study, little film room. So, what do you got for us today, Cheeto Boy?
I got a fat man in the hawk shirt on. That's what I got today.
Oh yeah, loving it. All right, so what brought you around to Sam Darnold? What made you want to do Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold's a top 15 player on a bad team.
Did you say top 50?
He's a top 15. He's a top 15 player on a bad team. Like not a top 15 player in the NFL. He's a top 15 player on a bad team. So if you take good teams, you can't say like if you're talking about like good players on bad teams. He's top 15 in that category.
So you're on the side that Sam Darnold is good. You got a raw deal with Adam Gase, and we kind of have evidence.
I think Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in the AFC East if he didn't have Adam Gase. If you put Sam Darnold on Josh Allen situation, I think he's a league MVP and they're winning the Super Bowl.
But we also can kind of come to the conclusion that hey, first example is Tannehill with Gase. Tannehill leaves Miami, goes on to Tennessee. Hey, probably a top 10 guy. I don't know. I still have bad nightmares from him in Miami. I guess you can put me a little bit on the hater side. But we've seen it, right? We've seen a quarterback go be successful away from Adam Gase, who was a top draft pick. Gase goes to New York, has Sam Darnold. Gase is supposed to be some kind of quarterback whisperer because he worked with Peyton Manning. Goes up there, kind of shits the bed. Jets get worse. You kind of think Darnold took a lot of the blame for that?
Not a lot of it too was that not only Gase was bad, and I think Gase took a lot. Like Gase wasn't great, but a lot of that too is like the Jets GM was also awful. They had no offensive line around Sam Darnold. Their best receiver was Jamison Crowder, and let's be realistic, he's like a number 2, number 3 at best, number 2 at best. No, I'm going to name their tight ends. Their best running back was Le'Veon Bell, who wasn't Le'Veon Bell because their offensive line. So he had no running game and no offensive line, and like I said, no security blanket at tight end. I mean, I don't know who could succeed in their offense, really. I mean,
so didn't Robbie Anderson play for the Jets with Sam Darnold?
Yes, 2 years ago, but they still won 7 games.
And that's
I don't know how they even done that, honestly. That's what I said. I said if the Jets didn't have Sam Darnold, go look at the Jets' record since Sam Darnold's been drafted, with Sam Darnold and without Sam Darnold. Yes, their record's not great, but I think I'm pretty sure they're like 1-14 or something when Sam Darnold doesn't play, which is pretty crazy because I think they win like 40% of their games or 38% when Sam Darnold plays, and they've won 1 game in 15 games with Sam Darnold not playing.
Okay. Hey, it's the goddamn Jets. I hope they stink forever.
Yep. At least Zach Wilson, they build a team around him now.
So we can kind of make the assumption that, hey, Sam Darnold now is going to Carolina. He's going to be good.
Oh, he definitely has up. He's going not just upgrade on head coach. Like, even if the coach of Carolina's bad or whatever, I think just by default he's going to have a lot better offense. There's no Christian McCaffrey with him with New York. There's Robbie Anderson was there his second year. And there's Robbie Anderson he gets to reunite with in Carolina, who's better than any receiver on the Jets the last few years. And then he also has DJ Moore, who's probably better than any receiver on the Jets. Also, Robbie Anderson had a breakout year last year with over 1,000 yards. So
that's what I was gonna ask you because I don't really watch a lot of Carolina. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to them much. Like Robbie Anderson's their guy. That's their number one guy.
Yeah,
right?
he had his first 1,000-yard season last year. I think he went for over 1,200 last year.
I know he was always a burner. He was always fast.
Yeah, he was always a guy in New York where he He was a little inconsistent. He would have like a 3-catch game for 90 yards and a touchdown maybe, but then in the next week he would not be targeted. It was weird, kind of, because and even the games where he did have like 90 yards, he only catch like 3 balls. So in fantasy wise, it was like it wasn't really worth starting him because you don't know what he was going to do for one and for two. Like, yeah, he might have 90 yards and a touchdown, but he only caught 3 balls. His yards per reception has always been high.
Kind of a boomer bust kind of guy.
Yeah, he's always been around a 25 to 35 yard per catch guy. Now last year, like I said, he broke out, and he was at one point, I think in the midseason, he was actually a leading receiver in the NFL at one point. I think he had like over 700 yards midway through the year. And then Teddy Bridgewater kind of went back to himself and struggled. But I think he still ended up with like 1,200 yards last year, which was obviously his career high. And I think Sam Darnold, what Sam's going to help with their offense to extend it a little more. I think Darnold has a better arm for sure than Bridgewater, and he has a little more mobility. So that's what I think Darnold has over Bridgewater is the arm strength. Now, Teddy Bridgewater to me is like a Tyrod Taylor, though. He's not going to really win you the game, but he's not going to lose you the game. He's kind of a game manager in a way. So all right. I think Darnold's definitely an upgrade.
All right, so we're gonna get to the video here in a second. Next week we're doing Jared Goff, right?
We got the next 2 weeks lined up already.
All right, so next week will be Jared Goff, and then we could bust on Cheeto Boy over there about his Matt Stafford's not an upgrade.
And the week after that's Carson Wentz for you Colt fans out there, or Philly fans or whatever.
So just one more thing, guys. For those of you watching us on our Facebook, on the Fat Man and Hawk group, this is part where we're just going to click over and we're going to go YouTube only. So if you want to follow along, you want to watch the film with us, head on over to YouTube and watch it there. Yeah, so we'll catch you guys on YouTube. All right, so we're going to get this video rolling. We will get it up on the screen here in a second. As soon as I figure it out. I am not the technical genius behind the... There we go. All right. So you know this gentleman here, right? This YouTube page is Lawrence Owen. You want to go ahead and tell people why they should go ahead over and subscribe to his page? We'll give him a little plug while we're here.
Yeah, you guys can subscribe to his page. He's a Colts YouTube guy that I actually know pretty well. Follow his page. He's pretty good. Like I said, he's a Colts fan YouTuber. He actually does the it's like a semi-pro basketball league. He does their what's it called? Announcing. He does they're called the Indianapolis Express, I believe is their name. He does their announcing play-by-play, so he does that now. So he's been a little busy with that, so he hasn't posted as much, but he still does his streams and stuff on YouTube. But cool guy.
So there's everywhere you could follow him too, up on the screen. Twitter.
He has a Twitter,
Instagram. Or you just go head over, find his YouTube page.
Yeah, Lawrence. You can either search Lawrence Owen, which is his name, or if you type in Colts Law, it will pop right up.
Now he does this on a bunch of guys, right?
Oh yeah, this is he's done that. All the film rooms I've showed you has been from him. He does film rooms like 2-3 times a week sometimes. So he's broke down. We're gonna start doing some defensive players in a few weeks. We've done the quarterbacks all so far.
Yeah, we got to do something. I'm getting tired.
Tired
of quarterbacks.
After Wentz, we're going to start doing some defensive players.
I would like to do some offensive linemen. I kind of know a guy I want to reach out to. I think he knows who he is too. So I want to reach out to him. He played in college. He played offensive line. So I think he'd be.
Wait, he plays
more
in the
knowledgeable
NFL,
to break down with me. No, he didn't play in the NFL. Playing in the NFL, he'd be on here every week. But
I thought you were saying a guy that you know growing
guy,
up plays in the NFL, and you wanted to see his film room.
no, a guy I
Oh,
know
okay.
played college, and I would like to start doing offensive lineman, and he would know more about it than us
Okay,
because he
gotcha.
actually played the position. You know what I mean?
Speaking of offensive linemen, that guy lined up on your left side right here on the screen, that dude's going to be that. I'm telling you, give it about 3 years, he's going to be the best lineman in the NFL. Write
Number
it down.
number 77 right there.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton. He's going to be the best lineman in the NFL in about 3 or 4 years. Watch.
Look at that. Old man Gore in the backfield. I love it.
Yeah, Frank Gore. You're gonna love this play you're gonna see in a little bit. In about, I think it's the third clip when
Well,
Sam Darnold makes number 31 Pro Bowl safety Justin Simmons miss in space. It's actually pretty nice.
well, I kind of like this play here because if you saw any of our older videos, the thing all year long was kept saying, who loses to the Broncos? And I was picking them to lose every week, and then they smash Miami. But all right, so here we go. We're gonna get the video rolling. Everybody can see with their own eyes. Got a nice big full screen for everyone. Here we go. We'll pop in, make little comments here and there.
Yep.
All right, we're off.
I need to explain something to a lot of people that people are not taking into consideration what happened with Sam Darnold this past year. Week 4 against the Denver Broncos, Sam Darnold suffered a shoulder AC joint sprain. Okay, this is a very scary injury. All right, in his right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. Okay, right off of this sack on this play. Now, an AC joint sprain can take longer than 6 weeks to heal. Longer than 6. Well, watch this. Bam! Right there. Done. And that play specifically had him with this injury the rest of the year. Now, if it takes over 6 weeks to heal, what in the world were they doing? They had Joe Flacco come in for him in this game. He comes back in week 7 and plays week 7 and 8, obviously not fully healed. And then they had to take him out week 9, week 10, week 11. They brought him back week 12, where in which week 13, he starts playing his best football of the year because he finally had time to let that shoulder heal. You can't expect a guy with a sprained joint in his throwing shoulder to play well. And yet everybody who's talking about Sam Darnold and how bad he is, yes, they talk about, well, he didn't have protection. I mean, awful wide receivers, right? Most of the time, his best wide receivers, when it came to Perryman and Crowder, were out for half the season due to injuries. Well, Sam Darnold was dealing with one of the worst injuries you could possibly play with as a quarterback. And yet no one wants to talk about that. Let's see how he does later on. I got a funny feeling he's going to do a whole lot better with a healthy throwing shoulder as opposed to being forced to play with a sprained shoulder well before it got healed.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right.
One of the most underrated things about Sam Darnold is his ability to scramble. And that came very apparent, in my opinion, against the game all season, actually. I mean, he was sacked for the most he's ever been sacked this past year. But this play right here exemplifies how good he is at escaping pressure while in the pocket because, oh my goodness, he should have been sacked by 2 different defensive linemen on this play and somehow was able to get out of it and gain positive yards. Wow. Let's take a look at this from an actual
Pause it real quick.
Of his, okay? Because on this play, you got Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead.
Can you hear me?
I heard you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you can hear me. All right, you guys are about to watch this. watch Sam Darnold's movement in the pocket first. Secondly, watch him break these two defensive linemen's tackles. Now you can hit play.
Near 300-pound defensive lineman that should bring him down once they get hands on him. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. He's able to avoid the sack twice on this play and get upfield. Watch this. Good Lord. Oh,
1, 2.
oh, move. And the power to power through. My goodness. Unreal. Watch here. As Javon Kinlaw, number 99, because he took over DeForest Buckner's number once he left, he completely beats out that left guard, gets inside. He's got right there. He's got a hand. He's got a hand on Darnold right there. Darnold should not be able to get away from this. But watch how his power, he just breaks right through that. Oh, crap. Eric Armstead then gets an arm in there. Eric Armstead then gets an arm in there. And he's able to power through that as well. Great pocket movement, great scrambling ability, good show of power to get through that, and then gain positive yards afterwards. Dives down so he doesn't take a massive hit at the end of the play. That's what Sam Darnold can bring you. If you have no protection for him, like the Jets haven't given him since he's been there, he's able to do that. And that, of course, is one of the reasons why he sees ghosts, because, you know, between the fact that he was hit 30-plus times every year he's been in the NFL, sacked 30-plus times every year, plus that shoulder injury from the first clip, of course he's going to see ghosts all the time. Again, Sam is not known for scrambling ability.
Pause it real quick.
What? He's got good vision. He's fast enough. Is he super athletic like Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson? No, but man, great vision. He's hard to bring down, and he knows when to run. It's time to run.
Hold on.
And this is a great.
Okay, I don't think you hear me.
Johnson. Let's look at this play from his perspective.
All right. On this play, watch two guys. Watch number 45 first come in, and watch number 31, Pro Bowl safety. This is like the best safety in football, Justin Simmons. Watch the move Sam Darnold makes on him in space. All right, now you can hit play.
Because Johnson right here, number 45, comes in untouched off the blitz. Untouched. And Darnold shakes it off. Watch this. Darnold shakes this sack for sure. He ain't even look until the last second. He sees him sidesteps. Again, should be a sack. Rips right out of it. Good power. Stay on his feet.
Now watch this. Watch him make Simmons miss in space.
Here, vacated from the blitz. Shakes another defender. And he's off to the races. Off to the races. Uses some blocks out in the open field. Knows, oh, what a cut. Just lost the cornerback out there. My goodness, man. This is a heck of a 48-yard touchdown or something of that nature? I mean, I don't know. Let's go back and look. 46-yard touchdown scramble where he shakes a sack and then puts a move on two different defenders in the open field for a 46-yard scrambling touchdown. Those of you who are used to having pocket quarterbacks, this is an extra bonus. This is straight up extra bonus right here for you. Because this is something that he has that he can bring to a game. Now, it's not something you're going to see day in, day out, week in, week out. But this is something that he can do. He's just a good, not dynamic, but good scrambling quarterback with good open field moves, and he's tough to bring down. Check one in the box for Sam Darnold.
This is the Nordic Track Rower 900. There's so many different options of places that you can row. You can basically row.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please take a moment, smash that like button, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you're notified next time I go live or upload a video. I go live once a week. I run the ball really, really well and need a quarterback that can actually run the play action pass very well to take advantage of the run game. Let's talk about Sam Darnold, because this man can do exactly that. On this play, see, a lot of quarterbacks, they're not fast. You got your pocket quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers, who just can't get out on stretch run play action passes to get the ball to make it look good, right? Make it look like it could legitimately be a run. But on this play, as you see, you got Frank Gore out there, which everybody has to respect Frank Gore. Yes, he's like 106 years old as a running back, but still, the man is effective at running the football. Okay, he still does a good job, so they have to respect him, as this Denver defense shows. Watch Sam Darnold, how he does this. I'm going to show it in regular speed, and then we'll show it in slow-mo. Look at that. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful, okay? Now let's go back to the slow-mo and watch him hand this off. This is great, because this is going to hold up these linebackers right here. Keep them near the line of scrimmage, because they have to respect Frank Gore. And this is a stretch out run. Look, he gets out there right in the breadbasket, brings the ball in right at the last second. That kept these guys over here. Now, look out here. You've got a guy crossing right across where the linebackers should be stepping back into zone coverage. Too late, because that play action kept them close. Now watch this delivery by Sam Darnold. This is positively beautiful. Beautiful. Look where he places that football in the crossing pattern. Right in front of the receiver, where he don't even have to slow down. This is a perfect pass. Catches him in stride while he's open, so that he could use that speed after the catch to continue up the field. Now the problem is,
oh wow, you're doing great with that twirling, Dad.
that receiver does not super fast. If you have a really fast wide receiver in the slot that's going to run
Robbie Anderson.
You got a quick slot receiver that can run these? Oh, yeah, off of play action, that's big yardage, because my goodness, this is perfectly thrown, well caught. Guy never had to slow down. The only problem is, look, yeah, he wasn't able to turn the corner. A quicker receiver could turn that corner. Let's check out the next clip. Something similar. Do you have any idea how hard it is to actually throw against the direction that you're moving? In this play, Sam Darnold is literally stepping to his left and then throws hard right. He gets through his progressions really quick and dumps the ball off to the running back, because he's the only guy open. Now let's watch this play and break it down. It's a simple play.
Watch him take the check down.
But it picks up yards. It's an effective pass play. Let's watch it as we see. Now, as this ball is snapped, he steps back into the pocket, looks. Right now, there's no one really open. You might have this guy, but you got this zone defense, man. They're all looking right back at him, and it's just a jumble. He can't throw the football yet. So he waits. He sees all the defensive guys over here on the right. So he's going to step over to the left. Still looking. Not anyone really open. You got this guy and this guy. Both these guys got good coverage on theirs. This guy's well covered. This guy He's supposed to move across here, so he can't throw that football because that'd be a pick six. So he starts to step to his left. As you see, the only guy available to throw right now is the running back, Pirine. And he's stepping to the left. He squares his body and throws the football. Watch how well he throws this football. He throws this football and leads the running back out the direction that he's moving, and leads him perfectly to the speed that he was running. He's stepping to the left and throws hard right as a right-handed quarterback and led him beautifully so that he could catch, turn upfield, and get some yardage.
That's a Patrick Mahomes throw right there.
It's a heck of a play by a quarterback. I don't care what kind of quarterback you are. That is a tough throw to make. And yeah, it's a short dump off, but he does a good job stepping away from the defense. And watch this throw. Watch it. He led him perfectly with an easy pass. Now, this is the first game back from that shoulder injury, okay? First game back from that shoulder injury. So he doesn't have the super hard throwing power, right? Because it hurts when he throws the football. It's only 2 games after the injury. So he has to throw a little bit different. He throws a very catchable football by leading the receiver and allowing him to get yak yards. Great play by Sam Darnold. Week 8 against Kansas City, second game back after the injury, and his shoulder still hurts him. He has to leave after this game and not play again until week 12. So, he's got to throw the football a little bit different still, right? He can't put all that power into the pass. This play exemplifies again that even without throwing power, he's very accurate and can deliver a very catchable football. On this play, he's got a 50-50 receiver, rookie Denzel Mims, right down here at the bottom of the screen. And he delivers a beautiful ball, a beautiful high-arcing fade pass for Mims to catch. Now, this is a play that is ultimately incredibly dangerous, obviously, in the red zone, right? Back of the end zone, you always want that quarterback that can drop a dime in the back of the end zone. This is that exact play. And he throws that perfectly to Mims. If you got a 50-50 guy that can jump up and catch a football on a fade pass, what's the pass that he throws here? This is freaking beautiful. Look at the arc. Nice, beautiful arc, easily trackable. Drops the ball right along the sideline.
Beautiful.
That's gorgeous. That's a pass that is in his pocket now because he was forced to throw those kind of passes without having any kind of throwing power, which means that's in his arsenal that he could use. A lot of guys that are professional quarterbacks who have that arm power, they don't use that little touch pass very often. And sometimes you got to be able to use it. Darnold has the throwing power, but he also shows here he's got the touch to pick up big yards on a nice long pass by throwing this kind of throw. And that's perfect. I mean, good Lord, that was perfect. Love it. But because of this throw right here, not necessarily this throw, but because he's had to throw all game, 2 games in a row, shoulder still hurts, he has to miss. They got to sit him out because they brought him back way too soon. So we ain't going to see him for a few more games.
Hyundai Tucson versus Honda CRV. Look what Tucson has and what CRV.
Week 13 against the Raiders, he sat out a few weeks, let that shoulder heal up, got a little bit of that arm strength back. And he shows it here, not only arm strength, but his quick release right there near the end zone. Man, I'll tell you what, did you have a quarterback last year that just was not good enough, this close up into the red zone and wasn't able to punch that ball in because he didn't have the arm strength or the release in order to make passes like this right here, Sam Darnold's your guy. I mean, my goodness, this is an excellent job of reading, seeing your guy settle into the zone and fire exactly when he needs. Watch the release. Watch that. Bam! That is a fast release. That was a cannon of a release right there. Look, gone. Good release. Now, he doesn't have all of his arm strength back because, I mean, quite frankly, he's on the injury report the rest of the season. So this ain't even all of his arm strength. But this is beautiful because he's throwing the football right now. The anticipation. Look when he starts throwing the football. Right? Now, he is throwing the football. These guys are still in the middle of their moves. But he knows he's going to be open right here. So he throws at that point against this zone, knowing that this guy is pulling him out. There's going to be a little quick, tight window right here. And he knows he's got some of his arm strength back. He can hit that window. And he does. He throws that window perfectly right there. Good anticipation of where the defenders are going to be, where exactly on the field the receiver is going to be when he turns around to look for the football. This is prime first and goal or goal to go passing situation with the power to be able to get the ball in and the release that does not allow defenders to react quick enough to make a play on the football right along the goal line. Don't get more basic of a route combination than this. This is a 15-yard dig route. It is a common route right here by Perryman. So come out here to about the 30 and dig inside. And quite frankly, this is incredibly good coverage by the cornerback. Incredibly good coverage. Watch him. He never really gives up. There's no separation. So this is as tight of a throw as you possibly can have. Watch the arm strength. Remember, he's got that bad shoulder, but he times that throw perfectly when he makes that dig, anticipating exactly where he's going to throw the football and throws that football hard enough where the corner cannot get to the receiver fast enough to make a play on the football. That is beautiful. That is a great pass. Great anticipation on a simple dig route. This not only takes arm strength, but it takes incredible accuracy and anticipation. And Darnold shows all three of them. Avoids the pass rush by stepping off to the side in order to do so. Watch the blitz. Pushed out, picked up well, but stepped up. He's getting hit as he throws this football. All right. This is a great play all around. Here comes the blitz. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys blitzing. This is an all-out blitz. An 8-man blitz by Seattle.
So is Sam Darnold good, or is Seattle's defense as bad as we think it is?
Sam Darnold's good.
8-guy blitz can't tackle Sam Darnold. 8-man blitz can't get to Sam Darnold.
I mean, yeah, I'll give you that. 8 guys can't get to Sam Darnold, and there's what? 5 blocking, 6 blocking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 blocking, and 8 coming. Yeah,
And he drops a dime
steps in the pocket and drops a dime against pretty good coverage.
against the Hawks.
That was
See,
pretty good coverage, though.
This is why the Hawk didn't want to join, because he knew he was going to get embarrassed today.
Against Sam Darnold. Are you kidding? He holds on to the football long enough for the receiver, Perryman, to get 15 yards downfield and make the cut on the dig route. He sidesteps the pressure here as he throws. He's got guys coming in to hit him here. He's got guys coming in to hit him here. Still, great pass under pressure. Throws a rocket down the field perfectly to where only the receiver can receive it. Bam. That is gorgeous. That is as good of a throw as you can make in that specific situation, even if it is your common dig route.
Arizona homeowners, if you'd like to erase your electric bill at no cost to you, then keep watching this video.
Arizona homeowners.
We're playing against the rent.
Get solar panels. They're worth it.
The Texans fans don't beat the Rams in this game.
This is the Rams defense. The best defense in football.
On this play, recognizes busted coverage. Complete and utter busted coverage. 3rd down and 5. So the most important thing is to get a first down. Yes, they could get a touchdown.
Just a quick first read. Yeah.
Or give them a touchdown. But the most important thing is make sure you get that first down because it's 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Now on this play, when the ball is snapped, you got single high safety playing middle of the field, right? You got zone defense. And the majority of your defenders is on the right side of the field, which is what this play is designed for. You're supposed to have this tight end cross over, and then your slot receiver is going to cross over and should be open. Should be open for a reception, which would be a first down. But the problem is, in this zone, there's no one on the defense covering the flat for the running back over here. And Sam recognizes this immediately. At the snap, he recognized it. Let it draw out a little bit, throws a good pass. Now, the pass that he throws, you watch. He throws a very catchable football, because he knows the most important thing is for him to catch the football and get the first down. So he's not trying to rocket it out there. So he throws this little lob pass out to the running back, make sure he's able to catch it. Then the running back does the rest, gets the touchdown. Perfect. It's perfect. And to be fair, the play itself, the design of the play itself was exactly what it was supposed to do, because that slot receiver does end up open. He does. See how both these linebackers crossing over, he ends up open. And he would have got the first down. But because Sam seen the busted coverage on the running back, touchdown, baby. Touchdown. Okay, so Sam Darnold's still young. He'll be 23 this year, but he's played 3 years in the NFL. And because he's still young, he's got time. And here's one of the issues that he's got that needs to be fixed. And it'll get fixed through experience. Most young quarterbacks have this exact same problem where defenses can disguise their coverage and fool a quarterback into thinking that it is man or zone when in fact it is the other. And on this play, he honestly believes this is man coverage. At the snap, you look, you got a bunch of guys over here. Looks like they're manned up on the receivers, right? Your cornerbacks and stuff all moved over to follow. As the play develops, again, looks like you got man coverage, right? But here's the problem. It's not man coverage, because if you would look, these guys, all of them, are looking back at the quarterback, which means this is not man coverage. This is zone. And Cleveland disguised this beautifully, because at the last second, this guy here is let off out of his zone, and he drops back into his regular zone and gets into the passing lane. This is a dangerous pass. If he'd have recognized this, he would have never thrown that football at all. Never thrown that football, because That's dangerous. It could have been an interception. Most definitely. He let him pass out. He dropped into his zone at the last second. He turned around. Could have had a pick. Could have been a pick six.
This is the Nordic Track Rower 900. There's so many different options of places that you can row. You can basically row.
Because he's throwing really tight coverage. It looks like he's throwing into tight coverage, but generally it's not. Had this been man like he thought it was, this would have been a perfect throw. This guy would have never been here. He would have followed him up. And there's plenty of space here for him to rocket that ball in there and pick up 9 yards on this pass. And maybe make a move outside as he comes in and maybe pick up even more yardage. But this was beautifully done by the defense. He just needed to see, like I said, all these other defenders back here. He needs to watch the coverage and see if they're looking at him or paying attention to who they're covering. Because these guys are all looking back, not at who they're covering. They're looking back at the quarterback. And he's still young and inexperienced in this situation. And all it's going to take is just time to learn how to recognize this right away and not make really dangerous passes when a defense is literally hiding what they're doing to you. And this happens quite a bit with Sam Darnold, but a good quarterback coach will be able to help him realize. Now, he was under pressure, so he had to get rid of that football. But when he threw that football, he thought for sure this was a definite pass and catch. But he shouldn't have thrown that football right there. Should not have. So that's a mark against Sam Darnold, but something that can be taught. Just needs a good quarterbacks coach to teach him that. On this play against the Patriots, Week 17, Sam Darnold performs a big fat no-no, which ends up with an interception. Big fat no-no. Why in the world did he do this? Well, let me explain. Looks like it's just a terrible accuracy throw issue where he overthrows the receiver terribly for an easy interception, which is ran back for some extra yards. But that's, in fact, not the case. That's, in fact, not the case. Fact of the matter is, let's watch this slowly. As this ball breaks down, he's getting ready to throw the football. He knows the receiver's about to cut back inside on this little 7 hook route right here, right? Inside hook route. And there's no one here. So he wants to throw this ball. This is a nice big chunk yardage play if this is an accurate throw, right? Why is it not an accurate throw? What? He goes through his progression still. As he throws the football, still plenty of space here. Just needs to be somewhat accurate. He hammers that ball in there, rockets it, but it's overthrown. Why is that? Well, let's go from his perspective and we'll see why. It's a big fat no-no on his part. All right, here's the play action. He steps back, going through his progressions. He sees this guy. He's getting ready to throw the football. Now, he's throwing, and at the last second, as he's in mid-throw, he sees a guy jumping up. He got hands in the way. So he adjusts the pass to avoid the hand in mid-throw. You can't do that. Let him swat the ball down. If they hit the ball, they hit the ball. Odds are when someone swats the ball at the line of scrimmage, it's going to get swatted straight down. Occasionally it'll get swatted up in the air. Then it's 50-50 for anybody to go up there and try to knock the ball down or intercept it. That happens. Deal with that. Deal with the defensive lineman or linebacker knocking the ball down at the line of scrimmage. Okay? Do not adjust the pass to get the ball over hands. Because when you do that,
all I'm hearing is the Jets need Tim Tebow at tight end.
you're overthrowing your target. He adjusts it to get Tony releases it just a hair early to get that ball over the hands of the defender so that it'll get out there. But in doing so, it plays right into the defense because now you got guys playing deep safety over the top who's just going to catch the ball and run it back. You can't do that kind of stuff. You can't. Sam has to learn, go through your normal throwing motion. This is the problem with this play is it's a tie ball game. It's 2nd down and 5. 2nd down and 5, right? And it's a tie ball game, 14 and all. In the 3rd quarter, at the end of the 3rd quarter, they have a chance to win this game against the Patriots.
Pause it real quick.
Pause.
Look to his left. Don't you think he could take off and run?
I think he could take off and run either way.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the left. There's nobody. I mean, the closest guy to his left is the guy close to the 50-yard line.
Right.
I mean, there's a few people lined up the right and can pick up some yards, but I mean, I think he gets a first down if he runs out to his left. If he scrolls to his left, he gets a first down run.
But it's blocked pretty good on his right.
Yeah, it is, but there's no if you look to the left, looks like there's 3 guys and there's blocking 1. And then there's nobody else out there. And you even got this guy at the 40-yard line. If he goes to his left and blocks that I guess linebacker or safety, I can't really tell. This guy standing at the 40-yard line in front of him, if he goes out and lead blocks, I mean, he can pick up another 10, 15 yards. Because the next closest guy would be, the guy at like the 40, the safety or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way the guy in the middle of the field is going to get there and make that tackle in time before he can get a first down. So that's what I'm saying. He runs for probably 20 yards potentially if he runs to his left, I feel like.
Hey, it's Sam Darnold. We saw he got wheels. Maybe it's a touchdown.
Yeah, he does got wheels. I actually think he's like a sneaky athletic too. You don't really think of him like as a runner, but he's a sneaky athletic guy.
I mean, it is the poopy Patriots out there.
Hey, well, at least we got an interception out of them. The Seahawks got toasted against them.
Facts. And Sam Darnold is going to make the Carolina Panthers a playoff team.
You said that? So you're on the Sam Darnold hype train?
I think Sam Darnold will be considerably better away from the Jets.
Well, yeah, I think that. I mean, that's obvious, I think.
I also feel the same way about Carson Wentz going to the Colts.
So you think Carolina's a playoff contention this year?
If McCaffrey is healthy all year, yes.
So if their offense stays healthy, they're a playoff team. All right.
Because who's their competition for their division?
Tampa Bay.
Man.
New Orleans.
New Orleans is going to.
I wouldn't say Atlanta's not going to be that good because they ain't got Julio and their defense sucks. But I mean, they'll put up a lot of points still. I mean, Matt Ryan's still the quarterback. They'll put up some points, but
New Orleans ain't going to be any good.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know, man. Their roster's still really good, even without Breeze.
I just hope Tampa Bay doesn't get plagued by injuries.
I think I'm telling you what. I think New Orleans can be just as good or better without Breeze because I think that's the problem with Breeze is Breeze couldn't throw the ball downfield his last few years. He was like Tua. They didn't really push the ball downfield. Winston can do that.
That was the end of the film anyway.
Yeah, there's only like 2 minutes left.
So what I take from this is Sam Darnold was hurt most of last year.
Yes, he was hurt a lot last year. He was basically playing through injury.
And that AC joint sprain hurts bad. I was in a car accident and had that when I was younger, so
Yeah, imagine trying
it
to
does
throw.
make it difficult to throw a ball.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine trying to do that, playing NFL quarterback with 300 pounders coming at you.
So I give him credit for that. I'll give him props for that. But I think I don't think there's any question he'll be better with a fresh start. And like I said, I think Wentz needed the same thing. I think Wentz is gonna return to form in
So you think he'll have an MVP type season like that?
Maybe not this year, but I think he's got another one in him.
Yeah, because I think the Colts are going to be – the Colts and the Patriots are going to build they're going to depend on the run first, and they both got really good defenses. So
Indianapolis, they made the playoffs last year with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
At the end of his career.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would question that Phillip Rivers couldn't throw the ball the same anymore.
Yeah. They went 11-5 with Phillip Rivers, and they were a bag haul away from beating the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs.
So, but yeah, I think Sam Darnold is. I think he's okay. I know Hawk likes Sam Darnold. He's on the Sam Darnold hype train. I think he's better for Carolina than Teddy Bridgewater was last year.
Yeah. And I think Teddy Bridgewater is like a Tyrod Taylor. He's a low-end starter. I don't think he's average or above average. I think he's a low-end starter.
Yeah, but he wins games.
I mean, he does. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say he's honestly, if he wasn't winning games, I would say he's a backup. That's the only reason why I have him as a starter is because he does win games. He's not even if you go look at his numbers, he don't put up Andy Dalton or even I don't know, Kirk Cousins numbers. He doesn't have great numbers, but that's why I put him as a starting quarterback because he does win. He finds ways to win games.
And it's the same thing I always said about Tebow. He's a winner. He figures out how to win. Why? Okay, he doesn't have great stats. He has an ugly throwing motion, but he wins. Who cares?
Yeah. Same thing with Lamar. Lamar don't throw for 300 yards, but he wins.
He runs for 200.
Or he just, kind of manages the game, makes big throws when he has to.
Wildcat quarterback. That's what he is. He's a wildcat quarterback.
Well, wildcat means you're not throwing the ball really, so.
Ronnie Brown threw the ball?
No.
Depends on who the guy throwing the ball is. Pittsburgh did it with Cordell Stewart before they put him at quarterback. They put him at receiver, run like a sweep, and he chucked the ball down the field. Almost like the wildcat, just wasn't lined up the same way.
Yeah.
That's Lamar. I'm waiting for you to do that one, too. I'm waiting for you to do the Lamar film study. Always talking about how he can't throw outside the numbers.
No, I didn't really do a full in-depth one, but we did a few-minute one with Dave.
But damn it, this is about how Sam Darnold was fucked by the New York Jets.
Yeah, and Adam Gase sucks.
So do you think he got a raw deal with New York trading him?
I think it's better for him. I said I thought the Jets should have kept him if they build if they build the team how they're doing now with Sam Darnold, I think they'd be a better team. I don't think they're basically yes, their roster is better than what it was when they had Sam Darnold, but they're basically starting fresh over at quarterback. At least you got to think about it like this too. The Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bills, all three have defensive-minded head coaches. So he's going to be facing teams with good defenses in this division 6 times a year. So Zach Wilson, a rookie quarterback's not going to ever see – he's never seen the NFL defense, yet alone 3 defensive masterminds like that. Sam Darnold's at least seen those type of defenses.
And the other thing about the AFC East, sorry to cut you off, all those guys are young. Josh Allen, Tua, Zach Wilson, New England sitting on Mac Jones. It could be a quarterback heavy division.
Yeah, there's a lot of good quarterback youth in the division. If Tua pans out and you got Zach Wilson, and I guess the rumors now are Jared Stidham might be starting week 1 in New England. Because did you hear about I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Cam Newton and Mac Jones haven't been practicing.
Well, Cam Newton banged up his hand.
Well, Mac Jones got hurt the other day or 2 days ago too. So they neither one's practicing right now. The only quarterbacks they have practicing is Brian Hoyer and Jared Stidham. If we go into the season with Brian Hoyer starting, I won't watch the week 1 game. I promise you. Because the Dolphins' defense is. I told John yesterday. I was like, I'm actually more afraid of Miami than I am Buffalo. I think Miami has a better roster, but I mean Buffalo obviously has the answer at quarterback. But I think has a better roster.
I think that Tua will be that Drew Brees type. Like that's the kind of career I see for Tua. Accurate, anticipation, not a real big arm.
So what you're going to say is Tua's not going to have a big arm. He's going to be accurate, put up garbage stats, and never win a ring. Okay, gotcha. So he's basically going to be Dan Marino all over again.
Drew Brees has a ring, bud.
Okay, 1 ring.
Is one better than none?
Yes, it is. But are you saying that Tua's going to be the next Dan Marino?
You're about to find out because that New England Patriots well has run dry. You're going to go.
It's not dry. It was only dry for one season.
You're going to go back to the bottom of the pit where you were before Brady, and that's okay.
We weren't even bottom last year.
It was a good 20-year run. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Adam Gase.
And we're not going to be bottom this year. And Adam Gase ain't there. Robert Saleh is. So we're at very least we're finishing 3rd. At best, we win the division. That's like the high hopes. I think we're gonna finish 2nd though.
They spent well. You don't have to worry about Sam Darnold now.
I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna finish 2nd. I actually have Miami winning the division. So,
but they spent a lot of. The Patriots spent a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think they're going to finish 2nd in the division. I think Miami is going to win it, and I think Buffalo is going to slide actually a little bit. Because if you go look at Buffalo, they were like the Chiefs. They won. Like yes, they had games where they blew out teams, but they won a lot of close games. They were winning week after week by 6, 3, 2, 1. So you typically don't win those games all the time. They just
don't matter. It don't matter if you win by 1 or 1,000,001.
I know. I know that. I'm just saying, most teams every year, they don't get consistently. You don't win 90% of your 1 possession games like that normally.
No, you don't.
And you got to figure, Miami still was kind of in their. I think they beat Miami like once or twice, where it was a close game, and Miami still kind of was in their rebuild. New England was as bad as they've been in 20 years, and they only beat them when they were healthy by a field goal. If it wasn't for a Cam Newton fumble, New England probably wins that game. And then the Jets actually played them. They were the only team in the division that actually played them twice close. They played them close both games. I think they lost by 3 and a touchdown when they played them. So really,
well, that's why the Bills didn't have the record the Chargers did, because they could win the close games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even then, though, I think the division is going to be better too. Like people forget, like New England was as bad as they've been in 20 years. The Jets are even going to be improved, and they played them close twice last year with like their worst year in a long time. And then Miami, like they're kind of at the end of their rebuild. It's just going to come down to Tua, and they played them one of the 2 games. They played them close. So I think I could honestly see Buffalo going like 3-3 in the division this year. Honestly, I think they're going to slide. I think they're going to be the most disappointing team in the NFL. I think they could still make the playoffs, but I see them anywhere between I could see them winning 11 games or 12 games still, but I think they're going to slide to like 8 or 9 win team, maybe a 10 win team and sneak into the playoffs. I got them finishing 3rd though. I got it going Miami, New England, Buffalo is that division.
Well, if Miami wins the division, I'll be a happy camper, but I don't.
I have Miami splitting their season with New England and sweeping the rest of the division. I have them sweeping Buffalo, sweeping the Jets, and splitting with New England.
So the verdict on Sam Darnold is I think he's average. What say you?
He's above average. Kirk Cousins to me is like the 16th best quarterback, and I think he's better. So I think he's a little above average.
All right. So that's it. That's all I have. Anything else, Cheeto Boy?
No. Sam Darnold, MVP.
Sam Darnold, MVP, he says. Yo. Go
No,
on.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. We won't give him MVP.
No, we got it. It's recorded. It's live. It's on the YouTube.
No, Justin Herbert's win MVP, but
He said Sam Darnold is going to be the MVP.
I will say comeback player of the year, though. I will say comeback player of the year.
You said MVP.
Well, I meant comeback player of the year.
Okay. All right, guys. That's going to do it. For us here at Fat Man and the Hawk, have a good day. Hope you enjoyed your Sam Darnold video. And Jordan's going to have something of his own going on soon. What's that?
Yeah, 32 NFL Warzone. You guys are in that group. I'm going to be doing a pod starting this Monday. Obviously, the Fat Man and the Hawk out there is on the Sunday nights. I'll be doing mine on Mondays. During the off season, we'll probably do it around 8:30 probably during the season, because Monday Night Football usually starts around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we'll probably do it before Monday Night Football around like 6 Eastern. So
And there's
that's the plan. We're going to be doing a power rankings this Monday for the first episode. We'll be doing a power ranking show. We'll break down. We'll go from 32 all the way up to 1 in that order and doing a power ranking. So that should be fun.
wow, doing the whole thing, huh?
Yep.
And there's also the Fat Man and Hawk Madden.
Yeah,
You know more about it. You are the commissioner. You and the Hawk are the commissioners. I don't know much about it. I haven't even accepted the invite yet.
If you got a PS4, Madden 21, hit me, Dave Smith, or John Christ on Facebook up, and we will get you in it. We have about 10 spots or 11 spots open, I think, right now until we're full. Draft is Saturday night. So hit us up if you got a PS4 on Madden 21, if you want a fantasy draft franchise.
All right. So that's going to do it, guys. We're getting out of here. It's time for me to go to bed. Catch us on Sunday.